Oi, this is a trap. Science. How is science a trap, bro? Now you're just dragging it, bro. You think everything is a trap? Science? What's next? Korea? I just did that episode on Korea. Check it out. The traps in Korea. But how is science a trap, bro? Look, science has given us medication, gadgets, cool ass gadgets, this thing, you know, bombs. It's given us a lot of cool shit we can play with, bro. It's given us a lot of things that are tangible, you know. Unlike spirituality, where everything is intangible, at least science is practical and tangible and you can touch its creations. You know, you can calculate whatever formulas they come with and replicate them, you know. So in that way, I can see why the dogma of science, right, has overtaken many people to the point where they can't even see that this thing is a trap. The traps of science, bro, is in not scrutinizing it. Now, the scientists must go, the scientists among you, the scientifically minded, what are you talking about? The most scrutinized field is science. We always scrutinize experiments, whatever. What I'm talking about, bro, is simple. Scientists are the modern day witchcraft, witch hunters. They're the modern day, right? They have replaced the religious demagogues. Now we have scientific demagogues. Science is not going to go forward because it tries to save face, bro. Science is like that guy, right? He doesn't want a step outside the box. And if somebody does step outside the box, ooh, beware of that man. He's just too cuckoo. He's too weird. We are respectable people. We are scientists. We work with empirical evidence and numbers. We do not work with the metaphysics. True, true. But this is where science lose it for me and where I lose science. Now, I'm somebody, just by me talking, you can tell there's a difference between this guy and Neil deGrasse Tyson and Carl Sagan and Albert Einstein. And I have a hatred for Albert Einstein, bro. Like, I don't hate many people, but I actually hate Albert Einstein. I actually, like, hate Albert Einstein. I don't know where it came from, but I have, like, an actual hatred, bro. Because Albert Einstein, to me, is worse than Hitler, bro. This is where I might lose many people and they just think this guy is just saying things for shock value. No, I genuinely mean it. Hands over my heart, swear on my mother. People like Albert Einstein have the brains, right, of a moron. The same brain, right, as me, this moron here. Albert Einstein is somebody who's very metaphysical. You know, he can organize the noise. To somebody, this is where I loses you because I may say some things and you go, this guy is right. And then I'll say some things where I'm trying to be sincere. Not serious, I'm being sincere with you that science is misleading us to the point where when you say something against some of its giants, like Sigmund Freud was a fraud, Albert Einstein was not as intelligent as you think. He just cast a wand over your eyes. But that man is the same as your local village moron. This guy is the same as us. If you have to go look at his brain, right? You have to go examine his brain, do an autopsy. He's just as dumb as you, bro. He's just as dumb as you. Some of these modern day scientists, right? I will tell you, some of them are a bit tame than the past sciences, you know. But where I go wrong with the science is as simple as this. They always try to conduct themselves in a respectable manner, a decent manner. And I don't like that. I'm just going to be straight honest with you. I don't like that. This has nothing to do with anything else other than science pretending, right? To explore some of the most craziest, outlandish findings and truth about the human beings. so you can get an award. For example, right? Some scientist comes and say, "Oh, I see order in the world." He gets a Nobel Prize. I see order in space. He gets a Nobel Prize, right? Cosmology or whatever. I don't know if they give out um, Nobel Peace Prize for cosmology. I don't know. Or astrophysics. I don't care, bro. And then another guy comes and he says, not only did my colleague sees order, I too see disorder, right? And then everyone clap for him. They clap for him. He gets an award. The third cunt comes, right? If he's very cunning, the third person will come and say, not only does my colleague see order and disorder, there is a balance of both. And they get a clap and he gets an award. You see where this is going, bro? It's all metaphysics. They're discussing metaphysics and sort of like presenting it as science. I accept the science of somebody, for example, somebody that created this phone, sick cunt, sick cunt. I'm cool with you. Somebody who invented the laptop. The guy, I forgot his name, they invented Serum, which is a sort of digital plugin for digital workstations you can use to make electronic dance music. I fuck with that guy because I used to produce electronic dance music, and Serum was one of the best plugins. The reason, the way, the way I'm explaining this is not very clear. I'm saying that the science world has deluded itself that if some idiot want to feel special, like Sigmund Freud, he would fake many things, patient report, whatever, in order to become one of the giants. Or in psychology, people like Philip Zimbardo, or Stanley Milgram. Every field that human beings touch that's a bit unclear, such as science, or spirituality. Except, you know what I like about spirituality? You will find a guru, out of the blue. It's rare. You will find a guru that has genuinely lost their fucking mind, and that guy will blow your fucking mind. Because he has lost his mind, he has become enlightened, he's been filled with wisdom, and everybody just looks at him like he's fucking crazy. The only thing I don't like about science and why it's a trap, you will never find a scientist that has lost his mind. And if you have, please link it, comment below, whatever. I'll go look into this guy, and I might change my mind. But science is a dogma in that we feel like we have figured out. We're just away from something. Something is always, we're just almost close to solving this thing. Let's do this, let's do that. Let's test the particle. What is it that something particle? Brother, you're not gonna go anywhere with that thing. It doesn't matter what kind of machinery you create to try to find the bro, I need to find the name for this thing particle, brother. You know what I'm talking about. See, I am illiterate when it comes to science, and proudly so. These idiots are taking you for a ride. I always say, if you're not an inventor and you're a scientist, the one that just talk about theories like a Neil deGrasse Tyson, get that fuck away from me. I don't even know how I grew to like Carl Sagan when him and and Neil deGrasse Tyson do the same thing. It could be that one of them has humility and actual, courtesy and some sort of elementary manners and treat other people like people. And the other one is just a parrot parroting other people's things and talking about random stuff. But he's still very intelligent to me. It's just not my type of intelligence. You saying things outside in space, I don't give a fuck about, bro. You working out some numbers, making up theories about how they feel. Even, the dimensions, I hate that shit, bro. This is the 2 dimension. This is the 3 dimension. This is the 4th dimension, which we can't see. If you can't see, why are you discussing it? It's metaphysics at that point. The moment we leave the 2 dimensional playing field, you've lost me. Literally. And I'll proudly say that the moment you start to discuss, this is what our sleep pattern was. The other day, there was an article about the effect of sleep in the brain or something. I will come up with my own way, right, that are very practical and I'll live by them by myself. I can't tell them to you. Such as, for example, right? These scientists were trying to work it out. Why, when you wake up, after you wake up, you feel heavy or something. Instead of reading and listening to them scientists, right, I'll tell you why this is really a trap. I tried myself. I literally tried this shit myself. I put myself to a grueling process of trying to find this and sort of like verify it myself. So I did a few tests. Why do we feel shit and gronks like when you just woke up? And what I found was the human body is not supposed to sleep more than 4 hours. Now, some scientist is gonna think to myself, well, you didn't. What school did you go to? Where's your degree? Who tested this with you, brother? Just go try it yourself. You don't need to argue with me. After 4 hours of sleep, you don't need sleep. Sleep is not necessary, bro. And to some scientists, we're like, oh my God, that is a dangerous advice. Who is this guy? Everyone settle down. We have come to save you all. Huh? This is pseudoscience. We are the authentic one, the real ones. This man is just speaking a bunch of gibberish. Mm. This is Deepak Chopra in person, a black Deepak Chopra, telling us sleep is not necessary. The human body just needs to rest for a few hours, no more than 4 hours. Anything past 4 hours of sleep, like the 8 hour standards of sleep, that's indulging in sleep. That's not even sleep anymore. That's dream sleep. So if your purpose, right, is to rest 4 hours, if you want to sleep 8 hours, because then that's when the dreams are involved and that's what you're interested in. You're interested in the dream state. Then I understand. I'm not going to force you to sleep 4 hours. After this is where I say science is a trap, and you need to start doing your own verifications on many things. So I'm not giving you answers and say I know it, I discovered this, this is the truth, like on some Terrence Howard thing. I'm here to create the thing of life. What do you call the flower of life? I have discovered this flower. Blah, 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 blah. Look at me. Look, I'm the genius. I'm an idiot. I'm a retard. That's telling you you're a retard. I'm a retard. We're not gonna play this game. Who's smarter? It's about who actually goes and does the thing. Do you just take what I say on face value, right? Then use the scientists as authority figures to tell you whether what this guy is saying is true or not, or do you go try it yourself? Because I guarantee you, bro, if you start sleeping 4 hours, your body will get used to it. So much so, right, that when you go to sleep, let's say you go to sleep at like 10 or 12, make it more easier mathematically. You go to sleep at 12, which you should be earlier, but you'll wake up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Now you're awake at 4, 5 a.m. Your body will just wakes you up. This is literally what would happen. Your body just wakes you up after 4 hours of sleep. It becomes like a routine. Your body will literally just wakes itself up every day. After 4 hours of sleep, you just wake up automatically. And that would be enough. You don't need to sleep more than that. Anyway, you wake up at 4 a.m. Now you're awake, laying in your bed, like everyone is still asleep. You're just staring at the ceiling. So what I usually do, right? If you want to know my morning routine, I sleep 4 hours, okay? And then I wake up and then for 1 hour I just stare at the ceiling before I touch my phone or anything. Just stare at the ceiling. By the time I say it's a sort of a meditation, even though I said in the past meditation was evil, it's self-abuse and self-masturbation. That is a form of meditation. You just lay there, just think. Everything is quiet. It's 4 a.m. You're awake and vitalized, and you're just there, bro. And then you go on about your day. When you do that, you start to like slow the day down, and you realize, bro, every day that you get to live is literally like your last day. Or you can listen to the scientists and sleep for 8 hours and feel tired and shit and all of this. There's many things that are left undiscovered because science wants to remain respectable. That is why science is a trap. If you made it this far, I'll repeat again. Science is a trap because it has given us all the practical things, the gadgets that we need. Yeah, the scientists. Yeah, the scientists. But it sort of fails to advance us because it wants to remain respectable. It wants to save value. It wants to seem sane. It doesn't want to go insane, right? And cross that line where they could actually start to apply some things in the real world. This is the only real world I refuse to discuss any scientific, anything that comes of metaphysical, whether it's from science or spirituality. I refuse to discuss anything that is metaphysical, but I will only discuss things that are tangible, that I can touch. I refuse to discuss the unknown. I refuse to discuss the space. I refuse to discuss anything about human nature that I cannot for myself try and verify. I don't leave anything to any other authority figures. But we have been convinced that these guys are the authorities. And many people take what they said at face values. Hence why they say science is, to me, is a trap. Science is a trap because science is like that guy from church who is fucked up, but he wants to present himself as the good one, as wholesome, as clean, as innocent. But in actuality, it's a piece of shit. That's what science is.